Welcome everyone. Steve from N2 Flow Digital Asset Management. I'm here with my boy Adrian, the Louisiana swamp rat, all the way from New Zealand and Australia. And we are here today to talk about an upcoming project, a layer 2 Ethereum roll-up solution, which has a lot promised and a lot of underlying fundamental great things happening for it, called Metis. So intro into Metis. Adrian got me into it how long ago? 3 months ago? Longer. When did you tell me about it?
No, hi everybody. Thanks for having me, Steve. Appreciate it. This is Steve's channel. He's the man. Check him out. I'll plug him later, but Steve's a good friend and I trust him. And it's good to have people you can trust in this world, especially in crypto. I got Metis from Elon Trades about 2 months ago, and he called it at $15. And then I looked at it at 26. And then the next day I tried to buy it at 33, and MetaMask wasn't working. And some smart cookie in between the day it took me to get MetaMask worked out, which is somebody from Twitter. Anyway, somebody bought $2.5 million or PAM on Uniswap and sent it to $60. I'm like, oh my God, I had it 26. So anyway, I bought a few thousand of them at $54. Everything about it checks all the boxes. It looks great. The team was reaching out to me on Twitter, like directly, and communicating with me just after a video and a quick tweet. So I did, when it was in the teens and $20 range, I was yelling and screaming, buy it.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed. I think it's still a strong buy. But Jonah there on the team, he gave me a lot of confidence.
I was about to say, shout out to Jonah. He's like, I've messaged so many protocols and tokens and admins and stuff throughout our journey in crypto, and I didn't even prompt a message. I had just posted up some alpha that I was so impressed with Metis and the way it was operating and what we'll get into with a hackathon and stuff. And Jonah reached out to me on Twitter within 10 minutes of me posting. Like, it was like the engagement from him being the chief marketing officer is like really good, really, really good. So that's a good thing to have, especially trying to build a community. So shout out to Jonah.
Yeah, he gets full marks from me, but I think he's good at recognizing real players in the space. And I'm not trying to pump our heads up, but you and I take strong positions and we back strong projects. And yeah, I'm glad that he operates the way he does. And I did have a phone call with him a few weeks ago. It was a Sunday here, so like a Saturday afternoon, and he gave me a few minutes, and after that phone call, I was just even more impressed and convinced and confident in the Metis project. So we're going to talk more about it. So
let's add into it, and we'll hammer it out. So I'm going to read, guys, for your information, some alpha straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak, and we'll just go through and chat about it as we hammer this video. So the first thing that everyone should know is that their layer 2 roll-up solution is just the entry point into the market of what they're trying to do. They scale Ethereum for transactions that take 1 second and just cost a few cents. And I'm going to show something quickly. I'll share my screen as to what they've actually been able to do. The guy shared this in the Telegram group today, actually, on how fast. Can you see this, Adrian?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, so if you watch this, how quick this swaps onto your approved MetaMask. Like transactions under a second and under a cent, like just for a few cents. It's so fast. And this is their test net. This is not even live yet. This is just their back end.
Can you guarantee that in the future 0.01 Metis will sell for 226 Bitcoin? Is that going to happen?
I hope so. I was watching that before and I was like, oh my God. So that's a snapshot that the team put into, I think his name's Nordic or Norman or something.
Norbert.
He put in there today, dropped that little video. So I've got I've got really good hopes that once this hackathon's finished towards the end of the month, if anyone watching this doesn't know, they've dropped $1 million prize for Metis for the hackathon, and I will go back to share screen because I do have some data to show you guys. And that's the hackathon that's currently up at the moment, to develop a migrated Ethereum dApp and sharing the $1 million prize pool. So October 2 to November 30. Once the hackathon's finished, and at the same time their testnet's it's currently undergoing stress testing. So once the stress testing is done, they've said that they'll give us a confident date of release for their testnet. But they're looking at rolling out, finishing the hackathon, rolling out the testnet, and then rolling out their mainnet all by December, all in Q4. So it's a huge month, like it's a huge quarter. It's a massive quarter.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know a project that's delivered that quick, personally. Not to mainnet.
Yeah, well, my understanding is the testnet is a few weeks away. You know, it's crypto, so things take longer sometimes. I think they had a slight little delay, but you know, whatever. They're the testnet's coming, and then when that's all sorted, we go to mainnet, and there's some other information about what's coming in the next few weeks, but I'll let you drop that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that in the Telegram group that they, regardless of who asks, they consistently ask, you know, when's testnet, but the admins and the mods just always say, once we are satisfied with the stress testing and the performance and speed and security of the net, then they'll release it. So they're not skipping a step, and they're not trying to like drop a date and then have to delay it. Like, once this thing's good to go, it's good to go. So that's a solid thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like we've played around with stuff in the past, and we got told a date and fucking delayed, and I hate delays, and it just causes preemptive selling and unhappy campers. So I'm happy that they're holding back, you know, with what they're doing. I'll just flick across to their Twitter super quick. Your man, Lark Davis, actually tweeted 2 days ago about Polygon optimism, Arbitrum and Starkware scaling already here for Ethereum. And then Metis just jumped on top of this, and he says, wait till Metis goes live with fast, cheap scaling and cheap native data storage, fast withdrawal times, no code and integration, partner revenue every time transaction occurs on Metis layer 2. DAX enabling Web3 and Web2 companies to run everything on blockchain, and VC fund for Metis partners only. That's crazy. Like, that's really, really good. And like I spoke to you earlier, and we can talk about it now, is the difference between something like Polygon, Matic, and Metis of what it's trying to do. So did you want to try and give a spin, or do you want me to read off my my data sheet?
My input is that Metis is Matic Plus. And I say Matic Plus because of that second, the first thing on the bullet point there, cheap native data storage. So for Matic Polygon, they've got their process in order, but then you have to go pay money, spend money to add storage on top of that, where with Metis, that's already built in. So it's a massive cost savings, and so that's attractive, but it also has so much. I didn't even know until you shared with me what we're about to talk about today, that what Matic can do and what Metis can do. For Metis, that's just scratching the surface of their capabilities and roadmap and what they are bringing to market. It's mind-blowing. You guys, I don't want to talk it up too much, but it's going to blow your mind what Steve's going to talk to you about here. But as far as I'm concerned, Metis has all of the tools and foundations to absolutely dominate the space and be worth much more money and market cap than Matic, because of all of the options and that it offers. So I'm mega bullish on Metis, people don't even know. I don't think anybody even has a clue what it is.
No, they don't, and I'll share that in the price action. Like, it's very evident. Like, so I'll go through now, and I'll read this page of information, and then we can break it down quickly off there. So strap in. So yes, we scale Ethereum for transactions that take 1 second and cost just a few cents, with layer 1, layer 2 withdrawal times of hours and even minutes, compared to several days for Arbitrum, all while benefiting from the security and decentralization of Ethereum in a way that a centralized commit chain like Polygon does not. But layer 2 is our way of enticing projects to join what we ultimately plan to build, an entire Web3 ecosystem, which is massive. Our layer 2 solution and the resulting fast and cheap transactions are merely the way in. The key differentiators are: 1, withdrawal time, at least compared to Arbitrum; 2, IPFS data storage, enabling cheap on-chain storage of massive amounts of data, such as NFTs. Like, that's
ding, 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 ding.
Like, neither Ethereum layer 1 nor any other scaling solution does this. There's a huge separator, especially given the pump and what's happening in the NFT space. If they can roll this out in Q4, testnet, mainnet, Metis swap, everything they're planning to do, and have on-chain data storage, and which just blows Polygon out of the water. This thing could go nuts. Like,
it's going to. It's poised. It's poised to make a mega run. I mean, I remember Matic talking about it. People like, oh, it's got TVL, blah, 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 so high. And then at the start of this year, Matic was 1.7 cents, a cent, 2 cents. And it went to, I think it went to $2.70 for a day. It's 250, but 150x. And that was in like 180x and 150x in a few months. And they weren't doing anything different. The only thing happened is that people got it. They realized what was happening. So the price action doesn't always relate directly to the project and what they're doing. But when people get it, like Solana's not doing anything now than they were doing all year. It's just people woke up. Oh shit, this is incredible.
Yeah, and they jumped the train. So I'll keep hammering. Number 3, Polis middleware, enabling both blockchain projects and non-blockchain projects to integrate onto our layer 2 with 0 coding experience required. We always.
That's not a bad.
Sorry, go for it.
That's not a bad feature,
mate. It's got here. We always emphasize that our entire purpose is to make integrating onto blockchain fast and easy. User base, friendly thumbs up from anyone trying to use this thing, which is one of the best things that crypto can do, given how complex.
I got to interject here that it's not only ease of use. There are so many projects in this space, and I'm not going to name them, that make it so difficult to use, so hard to use. The barriers to entry are just gargantuan. You've got to write a new code, new language, new this, new that. You got to buy hardware. We've got to approve you. That's a 0. None of that here.
Yeah, and this next part for me is great, because I know a couple of guys that will build, and if I can push them towards Metis to be better, and that's number 4 is builder mining. I.e., every time a dApp performs a transaction on our layer 2, that dApp generates token rewards. This is a killer feature that our rivals don't offer. Like, that's. So if you're building on Metis to develop, whether it's Web 2, Web 3, and the entire ecosystem, you're going to get mining rewards. And I'll go down into the tokenomics to understand.
So they pay you to use it.
Yeah, exactly. They pay you to use it. So DAX, the entire goal of our company is to build a whole Web3 infrastructure. So layer 2 scaling to get them cheap and fast transactions, builder mining to generate a stack of Metis tokens, then DAX to run your entire company on chain with all the payroll, accounting, messaging, and other features seen in real life companies. with the added advantage of staking and mining real Metis tokens to grow their stack and have more tokens for utility purposes to run their company on the chain. Now, that is, for me, is one of the biggest things that this entire company will have to offer, given that, you know, I'm a businessman as well outside of crypto, and I run different bits and pieces. And for me, now knowing that, like, for example, I can operate my gym, or I can operate other parts of my companies potentially on Metis and get someone to deploy them on Metis and run my accounting, messaging, payroll, and everything, you know, through that. And I actually saw their partnership with a company called Fit. Did you see it? It was called Fit something. So they've actually,
I did.
I'm not sure if it was a personal training company or a gym company. I saw the partnership not long back. I need to go into it further, but I was pretty excited when I read that, just from a fitness perspective. So I think that's pretty cool. But combine all that with our $1 million hackathon, which runs October 2 to 30, public testnet launch in the next couple of days.
No, November 30. It's the end of November.
Yeah, I've just left it out. Sorry. You know, testnet launch in the next couple of weeks, staking and mining of real Metis tokens, which ding is starting at 29,000% APY right after.
Hold on. You must be mistaken. What was that number that you quoted?
29,000%.
That's not a bad entry point.
Yeah. And I'll read the rest in a second. I'll stop there and give people an example of how something like that can affect an ecosystem positively. When Osmosis launched, myself and Adrian were part of that, with Osmo and staking, Akash and Adam and different things within Osmosis. And what happened was the Osmo token did a 10x in nearly 48 hours. Why? Well, in the pools that were required on Osmosis, every single thing like Akash Adam, Akash Osmo, Adam Osmo, DVPN Osmo, you needed the Osmo token to pool, to whether it was a 50-50 or 80-20 or however the pool was split. So everyone needed to buy Osmo. So it just rammed the price through the roof because the demand was there for the staking, because the staking rewards started at 3,700%. Was that right? Or was it a bit higher? I mean, I got in at
when Greg was talking to me, it was about 7,300% a year.
Yeah, shout out to Greg Asuri, the man of Akash. We love you. I got in at 3,200 and I was making huge bank on like the deposits we put in, and seeing that the price affected with Osmosis, with the Osmo token pushed up from that huge staking, the price of Metis, if the APY gets diluted, and it will, and it starts declining from 29,000%, that's a great thing, because it means people are buying Metis to then stake it. So the token's going to go up. You release 29,000% staking APY, the token's going to go up. There's no way it can go down. Like,
from people who don't care about Metis at all, who don't know anything, 29,000%, I'm buying it. No questions asked.
Yeah, I'm going to bring my calculator up and just run this for people right now. Let's take a random number, like for just a realized number. I'm going to take 10,000. So $10,000, you stake it into Metis, and it's 29,000%. So 10,000 times 290. You know, you're looking at 2.9 million. Divide that by 365. Put it in a 24-hour time frame. It's $7,945 profit in 24 hours. Let's say the price gets diluted in half in that 24-hour period and it drops down. So we'll run 10,000 times 290 by, let's run 290 by 2, 145. So 10,000 times 145, divide that by 365. You're looking at $3,972 profit, which is 50% gain on your position, nearly 50% gain on your position. In extra tokens, not including the price movement of your original position going up. So if you gain 50% of your position in 24 hours with a half diluted 29,000 APY, and it drops to what would that be? 14,500%. You're still going to make half of your position back in 24 hours, and the price action if people are buying.
What do you think? What do you think is a? Where do you speculate the staking percent will be after a day, a week, a month? Do you have any? Can you even speculate?
No, I'm going to ask the team for a sheet if they've got a spreadsheet with projections of users and then token stake, and see how it might run. But here's the thing, and we can finish on this point with the numbers. Like fundamentally, this project's like great, and we'll drop the speculative news at the end. Well, it's not speculative; it's confirmed, but it's still, some people don't know. It's all that and a total lifetime supply of 10 million tokens. That's it. With half of that 10 million reserved for community mining over the next 10 years, which only puts 5 million in supply. But then you take away the vesting period and the lockups from pre-ICO investors, which still are getting unlocked over the next 12 months. Circulating supply is so small. It's so small.
Yeah.
It says, and a lot of the initial 5 million expected to be locked and staked in mining in our current market cap is at about 60 million, a fraction of the size of even just the next lower layer 2 scaling solution. Like, it's crazy.
We're early. The thing is, you make money in crypto on projects when you're early. And I got to shout out my boy Crypto Cito. I hope he doesn't mind this, but he got in Metis for a few dollars. So getting in early, if you knew about it, like if you read about it, it's like, oh my God. So there's a lot of people who are up 10, 12, 13x. But it doesn't matter because it's got so much further to go. Like it could literally be 1,000x for early investors. No exaggeration.
I'm gonna share this right now because we need to punch some numbers. So currently sitting on 47.05. We've just had a crazy sell off in the last 4 days. It was a lot of, alts are getting pumped right now against Bitcoin. It just is what it is. But we actually lost 20 million in market cap. As you can see here, we've pulled straight back down from all time. I don't think we got all time high. We nearly got there, 67.11, and the volume was where were we? Volume was at 5.3 million. So we've dropped 2 million in volume, 20 million in total. A lot of that came out of Ethereum, not out of Gate. So which is really.
Can you click on markets so you can show everybody where to buy it, please, sir?
Sorry, down the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So V3 has been the main driver with Gate under that.
And if you want, you can. It's my understanding that Metis, you can get it on Sif Chain as well.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can get it on.
So they partnered up and they're working together. And
yeah,
if you want to bring your Tether or whatever kind of ERC in to get there and not pay $100 swapping fee on Uniswap.
Yeah.
I don't know what the liquidity is on Sif Chain, but just wanted to say that was another option if you're into it.
Yeah. Well, so you've got Sif Chain, you've got Uni, you've got Gate, you've got PancakeSwap as well. It's available on PancakeSwap, even though it's not here. I'm not sure why, but it's on Pancake. So Jonah corrected me on that, I think. So, we're currently sitting, it's at a 12x since, launch. But given the market cap size, that's nothing. Like people may be taking profits. I think it's people selling off given Bitcoin's current movements. And it might be in early investors. We had a 30K token unlocked today. So I'm guessing some of that would have been profit taking. But I'm just going to jump across to here. Let's go up. So we were talking about the compatibility between, comparability between Metis and say something like Polygon. where Metis is going to have data storage on chain for NFTs and all these different avenues. If you put Metis currently in here at 46, it just does this on its own. And then we type in Polygon. If we can get to Polygon and pass Polygon in the next 6 months, and that's not doable given the runs we've seen Solana and Phantom and Avalanche and like you name it, these tokens are doing huge runs over a quarter or two.
That's not bad. 134x.
You know, people are calling for a $10,000 Metis token within a Telegram group. Absolutely. If it passes Matic because it's a better product and over time it's got more usability, more scalability, they're partnering on chain with actual real life companies, not crypto companies, like actual companies that are running payrolls and tax solutions and messaging and blah, blah, blah through Metis and generating real world revenue onto the protocol. Man, it could go to 10 grand, which would be like 150x, even more. Like, no.
It could go way more, man. Like,
you're talking, and Matic's market cap's at like 8.6 billion. You know, that's 8.6 billion market cap, 134x from where we are now. If it's better than Polygon and doing everything and an entire Web3 economy like they've stated, like this thing could go. If it goes to 50 billion,
it could go to Bitcoin. It could go to Bitcoin's current price and not even. I mean, we're talking crazy talk here, but it could go current Bitcoin price. But you know that's going to take a crazy market cap. Is that what 80 billion or so?
Yeah.
But who's to say it's not possible? You know, not us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's you know, I follow their Twitter like it's going out of fashion, and read everything with what's been going. These are really good to chime into the hackathon AMAs and what they've been doing, how it's all going. Tuning in. Here you go, Sif James on Metis.
There it is. Yeah.
AMA. When's that? 13th. Oh, it's today. That's tonight, 13th, 3 p.m. There you go. If anyone wants to tune in and have a look at Metis and Sif Chain on an AMA, I'm guessing
middle of the night for me.
This year or someone will be on with the guys from that.
I did want to give a shout out to a project. I meant to invest in them, but it just didn't happen. But they got oversubscribed like 5x, and that's handle.fi, which is the foreign exchange token they are partnered with and working with Metis, and they're going to be tokenizing foreign exchange currency to bring them to the blockchain. And the daily trading volume $6.6 trillion a day, and they are a team that can do some crazy stuff. So bringing teams like this who are taking on big projects and building on Metis, it's just bullish. I just got to say, I think it's an incredible project, and we encourage people to do your own research, check everything we said, do your own work, but
and you know, as like a lot of guys in the space, like, you know, I'm just new starting my thing, and you know, but we've been around for a while, and you know, people don't know who we are, but you know, we've made some pretty crazy returns, and that's just through knowledge, fundamentals and technicals, and having the right strategies, you know. And a lot of the guys, you know, shout out to Elon. I know you speak to him a lot. I've never sort of spoken to him, but he's right in his context when he posts and says, you know, you're never going to get rich buying the top of ADA or ETH or Bitcoin. You know, if you're a smaller size investor and you're wanting to make life-changing money, I mean, you need to go out into those lower cap stuff, like all the smaller cap stuff, but find the projects that have serious fundamental value, are problem solving, have a solution, you know, to some issues within the network and within our entire ecosystem. So, you know, something like Metis that's developing X, Y, and Z and has all these fast solutions and cheap, which is a big thing because I fucking hate gas fees. Like, so bad, man. Like, You know, I hate slippage and gas. Hate it. And
you probably spent $1 million. You've spent $1 million on gas and slippage in your life. Shit.
Man, I spent. This is a funny context for everyone that can have a laugh if they've made it all the way through this video. I lost $70,000 in slippage and gas getting in and out of Floki. Shout out to Floki. I own some and I love it and I hope it does 100x, but shoot me.
Yeah.
All right, the last thing I'll drop, and then we'll cut it there because we're going a bit over. There's been speculation within the group and like everywhere. A lot of guys know in the group, but there's been speculation on all these different things that Vitalik Buterin's mum, Vitalik, the inventor of Ethereum, his mum is part of the team. Okay, she is not a partner of the team. She was never a VC, but it is confirmed that she's an employee. She's not one of the founders, but Vitalik Buterin's mum does work for Metis. And her role and title is that she's currently a tech researcher who helps business development team decide which projects to invest in. So she's their BDM. She's on the BDM team to find projects that can deploy on Metis or, you know, will work within them. That to me screams bullish. You know,
she's gonna have the genetics to know some shit about crypto.
Well, this is the thing, right? This is the way I look at that. I'm like, okay, I don't know her skills. I don't know if she's a coder. I don't know if she's some superwoman that's better than Vitalik or is on the same page as Vitalik. But one of the best coders who's invented Ethereum and has built this beast, you know, layer one, his mum is on this team. There is no way in hell that Vitalik does not know about Metis or has not seen it or looked into it or have it on his radar. If your mum is in the space that you're building and own most of, given he's in Ethereum, there is no way that Metis doesn't come up in conversation on the dinner table of how's work. Like
he knows.
You know,
he knows.
There's no way that he doesn't know. So, like, given how crazy this market is in speculation of Elon Musk tweeting and this, and that, and the other, can you imagine if Metis came out with their testnet, things flying colors, 29,000% staking APY, price starts to pump up, mainnet news is on the way, this thing's fast, it's quick, you know, it's cheap, it's got all these things going for it, and then all of a sudden Vitalik Buterin's like, I love Metis, the layer, you know, the layer to roll up solution or something. I don't know. Can you imagine how the entire crypto community would just do a 10x in 2 hours?
Oh, it would make Elon Musk look insignificant immediately. There's a lot more Vitalik fans than Musk, I would speculate. I fucking hope. Anyway.
We'll leave it at that.
If you move your big head out of the way, we could see some stuff.
Yeah, here you go. That's Bitcoin and to flow digital asset management. So for those that don't know, let me just hit this and this. We'll go to this one. Here we go. So for those that don't know, this is my crypto McDonald's punk. This is my profile, but actually this is my professional company profile, which will be doing videos on YouTube, all different types of analysis and stuff. Give me a follow if you want to give me a follow. If you don't, that's still okay. I don't mind. I'm not one of those dudes that haggles for this, that, and the other. And there's my man, Adrian.
Good looking beach.
It's a good looking beach. Give us a follow if you want. If you don't, all good. We're just letting you know that Metis is going to pull a soul and do 100x, and it's going to make us $50 million by Christmas Day. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Steve.